Good morning, everyone. It's Cynthia with your Daily Tarot card of the day. And green calcite jumping around. Set that over here. Thank you for joining me today. We've had some powerful energies with the recent full moon. This week we're using the Hanson-Roberts tarot. And I'm just going to take a moment to tune into the general collective energies and see what the energy of the day holds for us. I invite you to tune into your own intuition, your own inner guidance, higher self, spirit guides, so that whatever card comes up, you might receive your own personal messages and insights. The messages I deliver are general for the collective, and they are timeless, so whenever you happen to find this video and you're guided to watch, there's likely a message here for you. But take what resonates and leave the rest of it behind. The Moon card. Like I said, some intense full moon energies this past weekend. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this card. Next month there is a Mercury retrograde coming up. Between the intensity of this full moon that we just had and the Mercury retrograde, so I'm feeling like for the month, but you might be experiencing something in particular today. But I'm getting something about, I don't know if this would be like a dream state, or if this would be like visions from a meditative state, or if this has more to do with like just memories popping up. But I'm getting things like kind of bubbling up or surfacing from the subconscious. So it could be old memories and you're like, wow, what triggered that memory? Or it could be, if you're experiencing dream disturbances, sleep disturbances, insomnia of some kind, that's usually a Nine of Swords energy. But in this instance, it could be a little more intense, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like vivid messages is what I'm hearing. So I'm feeling like your intuition, coming up from your subconscious, so bringing up some kind of fear or anxiety or something like that could be the case. If you've had rough night's sleep the past couple of nights, or if you've been having strange memories triggered, or something of that nature. Some self-reflection, could be through meditation, could be through journaling, could be through just kind of taking a brain break, going for a walk in nature, something like that. Something to clear your head where you're not spinning your thoughts around per se, but you're trying to be present in the moment. I'm feeling some sense of like self-reflection, but through presence and mindfulness. I'm feeling like that might help you to sift through whatever could be coming up for you at this time, because the reason that it's coming up is to get cleared away, especially if it's something that feels older like an older memory or an older experience, maybe even something that you feel like, forgiven, forgotten, or, I've healed from that, I processed that, or that's odd, I don't recall ever having any, major emotional memory attached to that. So what would make me think of it? You know what I mean? Especially, it's like the outliers, okay? We're we're looking for the ones that are like out of the ordinary. If you're particularly intuitive, psychically or consciously developed, on a particular spiritual path, this could just be coming up. It might not be the outliers that are the strangeness. It could be the intensity or the vividness or the clarity of the messages, right? But I'm feeling like that heightened sense of awareness, and I'm feeling something like dredged up from the bottom that needs to be cleared away. And again, I'm a big fan of writing. I'm a big fan of journaling. But if that's not your thing, then again, taking time for a brain break or some kind of mindfulness practice or presence, and that could help you to clear it away. It might give you clarity on a question. It might give you a solution. It might help you to realize, oh, there is a limiting belief, or there is a fear, or there is something there that I did not know was there. That's what I'm feeling with this one, is illuminating something that's there, but that you did not previously know was there. And it's coming up for that clearing, for that release. Better if you give yourself the opportunity to do so when it comes up. But of course, sometimes our schedules are busy, and, a sleepless night or a random thought or something like that creeping into the middle of our day. We're in the middle of a situation where we circumstantially feel like we can't, take that break, or we can't take that time, right? So somehow intentionally giving yourself the opportunity today to sift through whatever this might be. And I'm also hearing synchronicities. So look out for they're showing me that it's like neon flashing sign kind of synchronicities, kind of spirit tends to be quiet, our intuition tends to be quiet. The whole idea of like, most of the time God whispers, not shouts. But in this instance, because of the heightened energies, I feel like the synchronicities that would be pointing you towards confirmations or right direction or next steps and things like that, I feel like they might actually, if you're practicing mindfulness, if you're practicing presence, if you're practicing awareness on the regular, they're going to be pretty obvious. It's going to come in relatively strong, and possibly like repeatedly, like several synchronicities in a short span of time. That's going to confirm a direction, or whatever it is that you're thinking about, or whatever it is that you're intuitively picking up on. So today could be a very synchronistic day, and it definitely could have something to do with whatever's coming up that needs clearing, especially if those things seem a little bit out of the ordinary in some fashion or another. I kind of liken that whole out of the ordinary or the outliers thing, whether it's your meditations are more intense, or your visions or your intuition seems to be more intense, or if it seems to be these odd memories, or these dream disturbances, or strange reactions, triggers, thoughts, feelings coming up. I almost liken it to how we look at, say, animal omens. When we're looking at nature and when we're looking at animals, you could see 20 squirrels in a day, especially if you had, a few minutes here and a few minutes there to be staring out your window, right? But at the same time, it doesn't mean that every squirrel is going to be an omen or a message for you. But when we watch them, when we tune into their behaviors, maybe 20 is more than usual. What you're looking for when you look at animal omens or nature omens is you're looking for it's not just synchronistic timing, but you're looking for what appears to be unusual. What do I usually not see them do? So it changes in what we would expect their normal behavior, or what we've previously experienced as their normal behavior in our observation. Those are the things that we usually pay attention to. A bird outside your window is a bird outside your window. That might not be unusual to you. However, a bird that comes up to your windowsill and taps on it for whatever logical reason, like there could be a bug on it that it was tracking, or one that sits right next to your window and starts singing, that could be more of an omen, because that's not something that you would typically see, no matter how many birds that you see outside your window. So it's kind of like the same thing with these thoughts, memories, dreams, visions, feelings, and other synchronicities that come onto the scene. It's what's poignant about them, what's standing out. It could be something as simple as the timing aligned with the thoughts that you were thinking, and you get that feeling and you're like, oh, that's a message for me, and I get it loud and clear, right? And there's other times where we don't notice and we don't pay attention. And I'm getting this feeling with the energies of today, maybe surrounding days, especially given the intensity of these full moon energies, space weather, solar flares, all of these things that are going on, that you might recognize the loud and clear quite often. Or again, several synchronicities in a short space of time, and then it's like that last one or the last one or two. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that's what that message is. And then you get one more just to confirm to you, like, yes, that you've got the message. You're correct. You know what I mean? Loud and clear. I feel something loud and clear. So if there's anything been weighing on you or anything unusual coming up recently, usually things are coming up to be cleared away. That could be happening over the next month or so, because we're getting that Mercury retrograde energy. And other transits, other astrology going on. But with this full moon energy having just passed and sort of still being around, and again, these are timeless messages, so it doesn't really matter when you watch it. There might not be a Mercury retrograde coming up. There may not have been a full moon per se. But if you find this in the off chance that it's not the time of recording, there still could be that experience of loud and clear synchronicities or old stuff coming up or being dredged up in order to be cleared away. So I invite you to just take time for presence and mindfulness. Give yourself plenty of breaks to either, again, practice the mindfulness, go for a walk, clear your head, do a little bit of journaling, self-reflection, and allow yourself to just move through. Allow energies to bubble up and then skim them off the top and let them go. So kind of going through this processing thing, because there seems to be a clearing out, and I'm also hearing something about crown chakra. So I'm not exactly sure this is general for the collective. I'm not exactly sure where everybody's at in their own personal development or their spiritual, spiritual path is life. But wherever you're at, there seems to be something of clearing the chakras and or opening or clearing something around the crown chakra could be going on. So especially if you intently and deliberately focus on consciousness, alignment, chakra balancing, attunement, focus on living certain spiritual practices, then this could be really highlighting that crown chakra energy. And therefore, anything that comes up, you don't necessarily have to be disturbed by, but you have to recognize that it's just bubbling up to the surface to be cleared away so that there's that clear channel. So with that, I wish you a lot of peace and blessings, and I definitely look forward again to being with you tomorrow. I thank you for joining me today. Enjoy.